Welcome to Lawson Talks Ball, where we talk about the pigskin, where the pigskin is life. I'm ready to get to this, and I really thought that the Dolphins would keep Mike McDaniel on as head coach going into next year. I felt like Stephen Ross liked the development of Quinn Ewers. I felt like Stephen Ross was at least trying to use his head and understand that, there just isn't a lot of offensive minds on the market this year. There's not a lot of big names on the market this year. And I was happy to get my laugh today. And I think Mike McDaniel got his laugh today when we saw Harbaugh sign with the Giants and we heard, Stephen Ross loves Harbaugh. Stephen Ross is going to give the house to Harbaugh. How did that go? And it was so Ross-esque that we know that this Dolphins franchise is probably going to go nowhere. And maybe it's me being nostalgic for that 2022-2023 Dolphins offense and how magisterial it was, how much money it made us on the gambling channel. Maybe it's me being nostalgic. It could be. But I still feel like Mike McDaniel is a pretty decent coach. Would I want him as a head coach at this point? No. But with the other options I'm seeing out there with Cliff Kingsbury being rumored, guys, I would be worried if I'm a Dolphins fan. I think they end up settling for someone like Minter. And let's get to McDaniel here. I think McDaniel wins in this whole sweepstakes. And let's talk about Stephen Ross for a second. Look at what he did to Brian Flores. Whether you're on Flores' side or not in the lawsuit, we have to be honest. I think he was telling Flores he has to lose games. He was obviously forcing Tua on Flores, and maybe Flores was completely right about Tua. Actually, he was proven completely right about Tua. Tua doesn't have the capacity or the mental toughness to be a quarterback in this league, and you should have never given him that big contract. Also, Mike McDaniel, look at the defense he had this year. Look at it. Look at it talent-wise. Look at the secondary. When Storm Duck's your best player in the secondary, that's when you start scratching your head. That's when you start pointing the finger at other people's. This Dolphins job is just very, very tough, and I don't think people understand how tough it is with Stephen Ross putting his mitts in. He's very, very involved. And the reason why I say Mike McDaniel is laughing right now, Lions offensive coordinator job, open. Bucks offensive coordinator job, open. Chargers offensive coordinator job, open. Eagles offensive coordinator job, open. And there could be more possible openings, like even when the Falcons get a new head coach. They're going to need an offensive coordinator, and there could be some high-powered quarterbacks that need a new offensive coordinator going into this offseason. So I think Mike McDaniel needs to sit back. We know the Browns have shown some interest. I don't think that's the best spot for him, obviously. I wouldn't want to go to the Browns, and I don't think that's a good fit for him. I think that would be an absolute disaster. But I think this is a good time for McDaniel to reevaluate. I think this is a good time to work on how he talks to the media. It did get a little bit old. It did get a little bit old. Like the first year and a half, 2 years, some of the questions and answers were absolute hilarity. We all loved it. And if you didn't love it, you just didn't have enough sense of humor. But after a while, we have to get down to brass tacks. And this was a Dolphins team that wasn't responding at times, but we saw how they responded down the stretch. So I think McDaniel sets himself up perfectly. I think he'll get one of these marquee offense coordinating jobs. A lot of people are saying Detroit's the best offensive coordinator job. Go there. Because you'll get the most credit if you turn that offense around. I don't think so. I think for McDaniel, with the talent and some of the stuff we're seeing in the NFL, I think putting him with Justin Herbert would be the perfect fit, and that will make him a head coach again in this league. Long live Mike McDaniel, one of the best personalities in this league, and long live that 2022-2023 Miami Dolphins offense. That bought me a car along with Dan Campbell's performance that year.